Hello from Spain. We are here now since 2 months. Can someone please compliment the amazing 10 that I got? Of course, I'm here on a mission because I brought another backpack with me to test. So the bag that I have been living out of for the last few months is this one, is from Inateck, is their travel backpack with 38.5 liters. Here in the back is actually a zipper that goes all around where you could extend this bag even further. And then it has a huge capacity of 46.2 liters, which is obviously a feature that I never used because my perfect backpack is around 35 liters. And honestly, I don't own many more things that I could put in there. And full disclosure, Inateck sent me this bag for free for my test. But again, the opinion is purely my own. So this is already the third backpack I'm testing in my search for my perfect travel backpack. Let's talk about this bag and if this is maybe my perfect travel bag or not. Who knows? So the first part is actually very easy to answer. Yes, I was absolutely able to fit all my things in there and I even had some room to spare. I ended up carrying my Grail bottle inside the backpack. Even though this backpack has a water bottle holder on the side, it's extremely tight and not stretchy at all. So I'm barely able to squeeze in one of those small water bottles that I buy in the supermarket. What made up for it a little bit was this huge front compartment because there I was able to squeeze in things like my sunscreen and bug spray and all those things that I usually buy in a full size once I arrive at my destination, but I also want to carry them outside of the main compartment. And the laptop compartment on this bag was huge. For me, usually laptop compartments are a little bit of a waste of space because I don't travel with a laptop. I am iPad only since a few years now, and I don't put my iPad into compartments in the back because I'm always afraid of bending. So let's talk a little bit about how it was to actually travel with this bag. And when it comes to carry comfort, I honestly thought it was quite comfortable. I mean, honestly, it's a big bag, and if you fill it up all the way, which I didn't, it gets very heavy. But I found the straps kind of comfortable, and also I had no issues of them digging into anywhere or being super uncomfortable. This bag does not have a hip belt, which honestly is not a big problem for me because I am not the biggest hip belt fan anyways. And just judging from the size of this bag and how long it is, I think it would have been probably too low down for me anyways. So since this bag is traveling with me, I have been mainly traveling by car because we drove from Austria to Spain. I did not fly with it yet, but honestly, I don't think that there should be any problems with this bag. First off, it's very lightweight. According to the specifications, it weighs around 1.2 kilos, and with my things inside, then it would be okay for airline travel and to stay within the European weight limits. And the measurements of the bag when it's not extended are also within the requirements. However, this bag is quite soft and it does not really keep the shape very well, and it seems to be a little bit wider to me. So especially when I carry it and gravity does its part and all the things kind of slide downwards, then this bag kind of bulks out a little bit and it gets very round at the bottom area. It has some straps inside, but I found that it does not help too much in preventing all my packing cubes to slide down inside the bag. So the official specification is that this bag is around 35 centimeters wide. When I measured it, I would say it's more or less 40 centimeters wide. So even if it was 40 centimeters instead of 35, it would still fit, for example, Lufthansa's requirements. The only thing I think is that it would probably be difficult to squeeze it into those sizing boxes if you really fill it up all the way. It has compression straps, 2 on each side, but again, that doesn't help very much with the width. It just makes it a little bit more compact on the side. But gravity also has its benefits because since everything slides down to the bottom inside the bag, it makes it very easy to access the top pockets while traveling. But then again, all the lower pockets and also the side pockets for the water bottle holders get very tight. So I was not able to really put stuff that I want to access on the road in there because it's very difficult to get in and out. So one thing that I found a little bit challenging on this bag was keeping it clean. I mean, it does not pick up more dirt than other bags, but eventually when you travel all the time, bags get dirty. And I really like the look and feel of this fabric because it's more like a fabric-y looking fabric. if you know what I mean. Once the dirt gets in there, it gets a little bit more challenging to clean. And on the bottom, they have a little bit of a stronger fabric to reinforce the area down there. But unfortunately, it does not go all the way on the bottom. They kind of left out the area in the back corner. And this is the area where I usually put it on the floor. So I always had dirt getting there. And then, as I mentioned, it was a little bit harder for me to clean it. But overall, I think that the bag held up quite well, and there are no rips or tears or broken zippers or anything after a few months of constant use now. I found it actually quite easy to live out of this bag. I mean, when you open it up, it's basically one big bucket, which is something that works very well with my way of traveling, with the packing cubes and organizing everything. Another thing that I really liked about this bag is that all the pockets were easily accessible once I had my bag open. It's not like with the Peak Design backpack that I tested before, where basically I had to zip everything up and flip around and turn upside down to be able to access the pockets with my stuff on the other side. Another thing that I really enjoyed living out of it was the way the pockets in the front flap are organized. So there's basically 2 pockets on the inside, 2 pockets on the outside. So they're actually kind of parallel on both sides of the flap. So I was able to kind of bend the flap over, and it did not take up too much space when I was living out of the bag, which is always something that I like. That's why I don't like those bags that open so big and you basically need like a 1 square meter on the floor just to have your bag open. And even though the bag is a little bit soft, as I mentioned before, and doesn't hold the shape very well, the walls actually stayed more or less upright once it's empty or just open in front of me. Unless I have something in this tiny water bottle pocket, then it just bulges in and the whole thing collapses to the side. So when it comes to living out of it, I personally have no complaints. It worked very well for me. What's my final verdict about this bag? Well, I think it could be a nice option for someone who really wants a big bag and at the same time does not want to spend hundreds of dollars on a travel bag. And one of the pros of this bag is that it's so lightweight. So even if I would put all my stuff in there, I would be within European airline limits. So I would not have to leave any of my things at home. So I really enjoyed traveling with this bag in my car, and especially living out of it was no problem, which was very nice on this trip because we went 1 night hotel, back to the car, 1 night hotel, back to the car a lot on this trip. So I really think the bag for me worked great for this scenario, but it would not be the bag that I personally would use on an airline trip just because it's too big for me. Even with my stuff, I did not fill it up. And then honestly, I prefer to just bring a smaller bag. But this, at the end of the day, is not something I can blame the bag for because this is the size that I asked them to send me. There is a smaller size available. I think it's around 20 liters, which then is too small for me. I'm still trying to find something in like 32 to 35 liters, but I kind of feel like that's this weird in-between size. Many bag manufacturers want to max out cabin size and also max out personal size, but this little in-between, well, we still have a few options to test. But as you can already guess, unfortunately it's not my perfect travel bag, so my search continues. But I believe this bag will make someone else very happy, so this is also one of the bags I will give away to my newsletter subscribers once I return home. And if you want to get this bag or any other of my used gear that I give away every time I come back home, then you will find the link to sign up below. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye!